Good morning, students. Once again, now we have a last chapter of civics, social and political life. Okay, in history, the last chapter, 18th century, political formation was finished now. Okay, so now we can move in struggles for equality. Okay, in this book, we also reduce one chapter, certain in the markets. Okay, now we can move in struggles for the equality. So it's a social and political life, means civics last chapter, you can say ninth chapter. So look at the in our book class 6th also you can read such type of, yeah, you can see there some chapters of related. That one is the struggles for equality and discrimination, yeah, we can say the diversity of India. Now you can easily find out all the pictures related to the social differences, yeah, we can say the social issues, yeah, means the related to the equality. Okay, first one also you can see, second one, okay, third one also, Juthan also written by uh, Valmiki, okay, the Ved Prakash Valmiki. Now we learn a little bit about what it says. In this book, you have read about the people like Kanta, the Ansari, Malini, yeah, Malini, and the Swapna, the thread that connects, yeah, contacts all other these lives of that they have been treated unequally. What do people do when they face such inequalities? So we all learn about the different stories of the different characters related to our book, like Kantabai, okay, like Ansari brothers, yeah, sorry, in the Ansari, yeah, Ansari family, Malini also, Swapna also, they face the inequality, yeah, inequality in this book. Okay, so what do people do when they face such inequalities? So what they have faced and what they have do. History is full of the examples of the persons who have come together to fight against inequality and for issue of the justice. Do you recall the story of Rosa Parks in chapter number first? Do you remember the photo essay on the women's movement in the chapter number 5? In this chapter, you will learn some about of the way in which people have struggled against inequality. So we have little bit learned already in our previous book also, yeah, we can see the previous section also. Now in this section also, in this 7th class also, we have little bit learned about the equality and inequality, yeah, which type of the injustice they have faced. Okay, suppose we talk about the Kantabai, then Ansari, they not took a good room because he is related to the Muslim family. Okay, and Malini also they treated unequally. Swapna also treated unequally. Behave, we can say the behave is not good for them. Okay, then now we move in the chapter. As you have already read in this book, the Indian constitutions recognize all Indians are equal before the law. This line is very important. Okay, all are equal before the law. No person can be discriminated against because of their religion, sex, caste, or whether they are rich or poor. Nobody will be discriminated. If she find guilty, they can punished by the court, and then court should be or would be sent in the jail. Okay, in the prison, we can say. No one is if anybody in the higher post and caught it by the police, yeah, in the red handed, any type of their crime, no power should be against them. Okay, yeah, you can say the favor them, not against them. The court will be uh, decide to guilty. If they find, yeah, the court find guilty, the सजा उसको मिलेगी ही मिलेगी. ओके, कंफर्म. भले वो रिच हो या पुअर हो, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. All adults in India have the equal right to vote during the elections, and this power over the ballot box has been used by people to elect our replace their representatives. So nowadays you can see in our atmosphere full of the election campaign, and you know about, you all know, listening about, yeah, heard about that one, parivartan, yeah, the replacing of the member of assembly, okay, that is called MLA, and voters use their votes to replace the government should also, okay. So but the feeling of equality that the बैलेट बॉक्स के जरिए, ठीक है, यानी कि मतदान के जरिए वो सत्ता को परिवर्तित कर सकते हैं, या उस आदमी को या उस रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को हटा सकते हैं, उसकी जगह नए को ला सकते हैं. But this feeling of the equality that the ballot box provides, because the vote of one person is as good as that of the another, does not extend to most people's lives. As you have read, the increasing privatization of health services and the neglect of the government hospitals have made it different from the most poor people like Kanta, Hakim Sheikh, and Aman to get good quality of health care. These people do not have their resources to afford expensive private health services. So, such type of the feelings we can say equality. So, Kanta, or we can say the Sheikh, Hakim Sheikh and Aman also get justify their powers to private healthcare services. Okay, in the, if the government services is not allowed to treat them, so they are moving to the private health centers, and then they can case file and they are winner. Okay, so means the health services also related to the equality, all are equals. So privatization is here mentioned about the increasing privatization of the health services had the neglect of the government, so government should not neglect that one. Okay, similarly the man who sell juice does not have the resources to compete with the of the other major companies who sell branded drinks through the expensive advertising. Swapna does not have the sufficient resources to grow cotton and so has to take a loan from the trader to grow her crop. This forces her to sell her cotton at the low prices. Malini, like the millions of the domestic workers across the country, is forced to endure the insults and hardship of working as a domesticate help because she has no resource to set up something on her own. So poverty and the lack of the resources continue to be key reasons why many people live in the Indias are highly unequal. So we have two main things: poverty and we can say illiteracy. Okay, literacy level also very down. So that's why the people uh, are we can say uh, doing their work अंडर द देयर मास्टर्स, या वी कैन से काम करने के लिए वो बाध्य हैं. ठीक है, तो एक देखेंगे हम स्वप्ना के मामले में जो हुआ था कि जूस बेचने वाली जो कंपनी है उसके मुकाबले वो क्या नहीं कर सकती है, उसका मुकाबला नहीं कर सकती, क्योंकि एक्सपेंसिव जूस बेचने वाली कंपनी ब्रांडिंग करती है, अपनी एडवर्टाइजिंग करती है, वहीं सपना की कंपनी वो इतना अच्छा नहीं कर पा रही है. ठीक है, तो ये अनइक्वलिटी की एक थोड़ा सा हम कह सकते हैं कि एक एग्जाम्पल है. On the other hand, the Ansari were discriminated against not because they did not have the resources. Ansari also discriminated here because they have no resources. So resources should be there. Okay. In fact, despite having the money of the pay, the required rent, they was not able to find apartment for over a month. Not a single month they get an apartment because he was a Muslim person. Okay. So people were reluctant to the less leases them to the apartment because of their religion. Similarly, the main reasons that the teachers forced Om Prakash Valmiki, that name is Om Prakash Valmiki, who wrote Juthan, the book, okay, Valmiki, to sweep the school's yards was because he was Dalit. So earlier we learned a little bit about that story related to the Valmiki, yeah, Om Prakash Valmiki. So when the teachers say about that one, him to sweep the whole, we can say the compartments, yeah, whole area of the schools, because he was belong to the Dalit family. Okay, so you have also read that the work women do is often considered of less value than that done by the man. All of these persons are discriminated against them primarily because of their social and cultural backgrounds. So they are treated unequally because they are related to the such type of the background is, yeah, we can say the Dalit background, yeah, not a good background, we can say socially and culturally, as well as because they are women. Discrimination on the basis of a person's religion, caste, and sex is another significant factors for why people are treated unequally in India. So they are the such type of factors also. Okay, religion mostly we have learned, caste also, and sex also, because you are a man and you are a woman, so women should be paying the less. Okay, that's okay, he's not she is not raising their voice because she is woman, so that's why treated unequally, we can say. Men should be protest for against them, so that's why that is the main thing. Okay, often poverty and lack of the dignity and respect for the certain communities and groups come together in the such powerful ways that is the difficult to identify where one aspect of the inequality ends and the other begins. As you have the read, Dalit, Adivasi, and Muslim girls drop out of the school in the large numbers. This is the combined outcome of the poverty, social discriminations, and the lack of good quality schools facility for their communities. So why they have drop out their schools? Sometimes we can learn about that one. The particular religion, we can say, they are not interesting to going school every day because they have no facility. We can say sanitation problem also there, water problem also there, some social and cultural inequalities also raising by the peoples, also targeting by people also. So that is the main causes, we can say. So we already learned that one. Adivasi and Muslims, especially, they are not taking regular school. So why there is the problem? Now, struggle for equality. Which type of the struggles we have faced? So now, little bit we can learn here also. In India, it is the case that the poor consists of the majority of members of Dalit, Adivasi, and Muslim communities, and after or often women also, we can say. So in India, lots of cases related to the majority of members of Dalits, Muslims, and Muslim communities. According to the 2011 census data, women from the 48.5% of the population, means half, we can say. Okay, Muslim from the 14.2%, it is the older data of the population. SC from the 16.6%, and ST, yeah, scheduled tribes, we can say 8.6%. Here SC means scheduled caste. Okay, शेड्यूल कास्ट एंड शेड्यूल ट्राइब्स, अनुसूचित जाति एंड अनुसूचित जनजाति. मुस्लिम्स का परसेंटेज कितना है? 14.2 ऑल ओवर इंडिया. It's a little bit old data, we can say, but similarities, we can say, after 2021 census we can conclude them also, but in this time we can finalize this one also. Okay, so they are called, many of them, we can say, they are called unequal. They face the inequalities according to the book. Okay, struggle for equality throughout the world. In the every community, village, city, and town, you will find that there are some people who are known and respected because of their fight for equality. These people may have stood up against an act of the discrimination that they faced or which they witnessed, or they may be well respected because they treated all persons with dignity and are therefore trusted and called upon to resolve issue in the community. So such type of the person are there who raise their voice against the inequalities, we can say. So such type of the persons are there in our surrounding areas also, we can say. Often some of these persons become more widely recognized because they have the support of the represent large number of people. So how they have begin the famous? Because the large person of people, yeah, large number of the people are supporting them. Their ideas are very innovative, and you can say they are they were follow them because the ideas and the power of that persons is positive for their uh, goodness. Okay, so or they may be, okay, because they have the support of the represent large number of the people who have united to address a particular issue of the inequality, that is the particular issue. Okay, in India there are several struggles in which people have together to fight for issues that they believe are important. In chapter number 5, you read about the methods used by the women's movement to raise issue of the equality. The Tawa Matsya Sangh in the Madhya Pradesh is another example of people coming together to fight for an issue. So we learn in the next video related to the Tawa Matsya Sangh. Okay. So related to the fisheries, so they face the such type of inequalities, we can say. Then they raise their powers. Okay. So now it's enough for today. We can start from here in the next video. Okay. So I hope you enjoy and you understand which type of the chapters we have and what the chapters say. Okay. So thank you.